right, what's up, Pride Nation? Let's get right into it. Jamal Williams has an opportunity of a lifetime to do something that hasn't been done in Detroit since 2013, and that's to be able to finally break this and snap the streak of not having a 1,000-yard rusher. We did not know that the season was going to pan out this way. We thought that DeAndre Swift would probably have over 1,000 yards and have at least 500 or 700 yards out of the backfield catching the football. None of that went as planned because of injuries to DeAndre Swift, even though he's been kind of solid, being able to score touchdowns and things of that nature. Still don't know what the future is going to look like for the Detroit Lions in the backfield, when the offseason kicks off. Will the Detroit Lions ultimately give Jamal Williams another deal in Detroit? I think that they will, unless they are opting to go younger and they grab them a younger running back in this year's draft. Now, definitely, I think that the Lions will make the decision to bring Jamal Williams back, but I think that they may be thinking on what they're going to do, what the future is going to look like for DeAndre Swift. Swift has been balling for the last few games, getting into the end zone and things of that nature, but it's going to be special for Jamal Williams when you really look at the scenario and situation with Jamal Williams, especially going against his former ball club. Now, Jamal Williams is only 6 yards away from 1,000 yards. So shout out to Jamal Williams, man. You're talking about your number 2 running back on the depth chart who played his role, man. And he played his role to the T, which ended up getting him 1,000 yards. And Jamal Williams has like 15 touchdowns. No one knew that he was going to have the type of year. This is Jamal Williams' best year in the NFL with the Detroit Lions. We already know that he came from Green Bay and that he was a football player for the Green Bay Packers. But he came over to the Detroit Lions wanting to see this team win. And I remember at the beginning of Hard Knocks, his speeches and stuff like that. I think it really rubbed off on some of these players. And definitely, man, guys started playing a lot better. And that's what you want to see in Detroit. Detroit, definitely, the future is looking bright in Detroit. There's no doubt about it in my mind that Detroit is headed in the right direction. Everything that I've been seeing about the Lions, man, the growth, that's what you want to continue to see throughout the rest of the season. Whether or not the Lions make the playoffs, it is what it is. I said that the Lions had an opportunity to win between 6 to 9 games, and it looks like that's going to come to fruition. It has already come to fruition because they're already at 8-8. If they win one more game, they'll be at 9-8. So they're going to need a little help. They're going to have to win their game as well, but they're going to need some help from the Rams, beating Seattle. I believe that the Commanders lost yesterday, so that was kind of helpful. But then the showdown against Green Bay is going to be a huge game for the Lions, especially when you're playing Green Bay in Green Bay. That game is always tough, and when you're playing in the cold weather, you just never know how the outcome is going to be because the Lions play in a dome. They do not play in the cold weather. So definitely, man, shout out to James Houston, man. Shout out to Brad Holmes as well. Did not know that James Houston was going to be the stud that he is. Houston and Hutchinson will be a problem. Houston and Hutchinson is going to be a problem. And James Houston, man, he really showed me, man, that you can come from a small school, man, and still come into the NFL and ball out once you get your opportunity. And this kid has got his opportunity and has made the most of it. And I'm sure, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, is watching this because, I know that he wants to see his sons get into the NFL. I believe Shiloh is a safety and Shador is a quarterback. And I know that Deion Sanders wants to see his sons get into the NFL. But, man, congratulations, man, on James Houston, getting James Houston to develop into the player that he is. Still, man, his ceiling is high and sky's the limit. And I'm just happy for James Houston, man, getting the chance and getting the opportunity and making the most of it. And this dude right now is just sacking the quarterback like crazy. Just like Deion Sanders said that this kid is going to be phenomenal when it comes to rushing the quarterback. He was not lying. That's what he's good at doing. He's good at getting to the quarterback, and that's what the Lions need. They need guys that can get pressure, create pressure, and ultimately sack the quarterback at the end of the day. Definitely, man, Hutchinson, his third interception of the season with them sticky hands that he got. And just Hutchinson, man, definitely, man, he's going to be a candidate to be the defensive player of the year. I think the top three candidates probably is going to be Sauce Gardner, Tariq Woolen, and Hutch. I think those are going to be the solid candidates for the rookie defensive player of the year. But Hutch has been balling. I think he had a half a second in this game, I believe, or sack. He may have a sack in this game. But I definitely think that the Lions are headed in the right direction. The team is only missing a couple pieces to the puzzle. And definitely, man, they need to get a linebacker in the draft. I'm telling you, man, once they get a stud linebacker, whether they get a Jack Campbell, whether they get like a Drew Sanders, a Owen Papo, a Noah Sewell, whatever linebacker they decide to grab, man, grab you a dog, because that's what this defense needs. They need that, and also maybe you could go with a defensive tackle, maybe grab you a couple corners, whatever you want to do, because I don't know the situation with Jeff Okudah being benched, what's going on with that. Then the up and down season that Amani Oruwariye had, we thought that Amani would develop into something that was going to be really, really, really special. But Amani took a back seat this season in his play. I don't know if he was dealing with back injury or just, not fully healthy. I don't know. But Amani Oruwariye was not the same type of ball player. So Jeff Okudah definitely, man, had a solid showing. But I don't know what's going on with this recent benching and stuff like that. Just don't know what's going on. But the Detroit Lions need to make 2023 really, really special. Go out there and get you some dogs on defense. If you need to grab you a guard, if you need to grab you a running back, this is the draft to do that, man. We need to get some impact players and players that got that the mentality that they want to win, and guys that can come in and make that impact right away. We need those type of players on this team. This team is missing a few pieces, and I think once they get those pieces on defense and grab whoever they need to grab on the offensive side, I think that this team is going to be really, really special. There's going to be some decisions made on Chark. Chark has been balling at the beginning of the season. He was kind of MIA a little bit. And then for the past couple games, man, Chark has really, really been catching that football, making some great grabs. And this is what you wanted to see out of Chark. You thought that he would be over 1,000 yards, but it pretty much was Amon-Ra St. Brown who really, really stepped up and had a tremendous season. And I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is only a couple catches away from having 100 receptions on the season. I think he's already over 1,000 yards catching. So that's going to be special, man, for the Detroit Lions. Having Jamal Williams and having Amon-Ra St. Brown go over 1,000 yards. That's pretty cool. Haven't seen that in a while. And this is something that you can build on. Definitely want to see them get better with Jameson Williams. He was able to carry the ball on yesterday, ran a 40-yard a jet sweep around the corner and was out. Definitely, man, I think that next year J-Mo is going to explode. I think that this kid is starting to get healthy, and sky's is going to be the limit, man. Now, it's going to be on the Detroit Lions to be able to go out and possibly draft a quarterback. Now, I'm not saying that you have to take one in the beginning of the draft, but guys that you should be looking at, I don't know, man. His stock might be through the roof. If he beats the Georgia Bulldogs, his stock is going to be through the roof, and that's Max Duggan of TCU. His stock is going to be through the roof, but the Lions still need to develop a young quarterback. And I'm not saying come in and take Jared Goff's spot or anything like that. Jared Goff has been balling, and you can't say nothing else about it. Jared Goff has been solid. I can't say it's nothing that I can say about Jared Goff. He's been doing his thing. He's definitely earned to be able to play those last couple seasons with the Detroit Lions on his contract. And if the Lions decide to give him a longer-term contract, then that's going to be their prerogative. But at the same time, I still think that you have to think about the future, because you need to have that on your mind as a football club. But everything is happening that I said that would happen with the Detroit Lions, that they would win at least 6 to 9 games and that this team would be on their way. I think in 2023, the Lions will be in the playoffs. It's going to be no if, buts about it. The Detroit Lions should be in the playoffs and ready to contend. I think that this team is headed in the right direction. And all they're missing is a few pieces on defense and maybe a couple pieces on offense. And I think that this team is going to be ready to rock and ready to roll. So shout out to Dan Campbell for being able to turn this thing around. Shout out to Brad Holmes for these draft picks panning out and working out. This is what you wanted to see. This is the growth that I said that the Detroit Lions needed to have. And they're starting to make that growth. I love it. I love that they're growing as a football team. I love that guys like Kirby Joseph got the experience this season. If Tracy Walker never goes down, maybe Kirby Joseph doesn't get the experience that he's getting out on the field. But now he got the opportunity to play. So now you know what Kirby can do. He can be a ball hawk at times. And that's what we need to as well. So when Tracy Walker comes back, they're going to set this thing off, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be phenomenal, man. I think that the Lions definitely have a bright future, and I think that the Lions are headed in the right direction. They just got to keep doing what they have been doing and keep working hard and get those pieces that's going to be that blue chip type of talent and that premium talent in Detroit. All right, you guys, this is Raw Detroit signing out, and I'll be back to you soon with another video. I'm out of here. Peace.